Hello everybody, welcome to A Hippie on a Mission. This is another video for you all. If you guys are new to my channel, please press the red subscribe button, and if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And my channel is newer, but there's going to be more and more videos coming to you guys every week, Monday and Friday. So today's Thursday, so this video will be out for you guys tomorrow, and then you'll have another one on Monday. They're mostly will revolve around zero waste, veganism, self-love, just kind of health and wellness in general, and all that it entails. So as you can tell by the title, this video is more in the self-love realm, and this video is going to be all about learning to love our naked bodies and some of the tips that I have used to help me love my own body, and I still have plenty of work to do. I think an important concept about self-love, in my opinion, is that self-love is a never-ending journey, and just kind of like how health is. You're not gonna like wake up one day and love yourself, and because that's just like an unrealistic expectation to have of ourselves, but also that each stage of our life there's going to be a new version of ourselves that we're going to have to learn to love and adapt to. And maybe we'll feel good about ourselves for 3 months, and then we'll feel bad about ourselves for 2 weeks, and 2 months, and then 3 weeks, and just like this ongoing process. We're not always going to feel good about ourselves, and that's okay. So yeah, there's going to be ups and downs throughout the self-love journey, but that's life, and we're human. The other thing I wanted to mention, I got some matcha right here, and I kind of wanted to title these like morning matchas with Mia, and that kind of just be like the playlist for my self-love videos, because I think sometimes we can be kind of hard on ourselves when it comes to the idea of self-love, just because we feel like we should think about ourselves a certain way, or that at least we're not thinking about ourselves a certain way, we're not good enough, or all these different things. We just kind of be kind of hard on ourselves, especially with this movement of self-love happening. And so it's more just like a relaxed conversation. I'm gonna sip some matcha. You guys can sip some tea or whatever it is you're drinking, or maybe it's the afternoon when you watch this, but just kind of like a relaxed conversation, right? Because we just need to be a little more gentle with ourselves. So I have some notes right here, so if you see me kind of looking off the screen, it's because I'm looking at my notes. I kind of have their tendency to ramble, but I'm going to try my best not to. So, welcome. If you are new to my channel, please press the red subscribe button, and if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and just thank you all for your guys' support. I don't know if I said that before. I don't know. Maybe I repeat myself. I've already taken this intro a couple times, but if you're new, subscribe. If you like this video, please give me a like. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of give you guys a little backstory about my relationship with my body and how I've kind of come to slowly learn to love it for what it is. But as I said, I have work to be done. So growing up, I was always overweight, and I was always just really ashamed of the body that I had, and I just wanted to just be better, and I thought I wasn't good enough in all these different realms, but definitely when it came to my physical appearance. And I think that has a lot to do with just like the media and, you know, mean things people said at school, or just like comparing myself to others and my sisters, and you know, just like family members and all these different things, like people telling me things, and me just believing that my body determined my self-worth, and that I had to be skinny in order to be loved or appreciated or worthy. And so I was always really ashamed of my body, and I never wanted to show it off, if that makes sense. I would, like when I was in elementary school, I shopped a lot in like the boys section, just because I hated tight-fitting clothes. I just wanted things to be loose on me, and I definitely kind of followed my style out until now. Even after I've lost weight and become more healthier, I still buy oversized clothes, like clothes that don't fit me, but in my mind it's just something that I'm still working with. But definitely growing up, I always just wore very loose fitting clothes because I didn't want to highlight any part of my body that I wasn't fond of. And yeah, I was just ashamed of the body that I had. And I thought, well, I can't wear these tight clothes because I don't have a body like that. I told myself that I couldn't, that I wasn't allowed to, that no one wants to see it, kind of thing. And so there's just a lot of shame with my body, and that kind of made me not want to see my body naked. Like when I would go into the shower, I'd just kind of get undressed, look at myself real fast, but there was just this overwhelming thing of shame and guilt. So I just like get in the shower as fast as I can and get out as fast as I can, and just kind of like not want to look at what I looked like bare, like just my natural body, my natural self. And just, yeah, it was very, very overwhelming at the age I was, just to hate my body to the extent that I did, but also just to not be proud of it, I guess. And so, as I said, I would just hide under clothes, and I would hide from actually looking at it. And clearly this self-hate that I have for my body came out in a lot of different ways, by me not eating healthy or overeating or not being physically active or just talking to my body negatively or saying things negatively about it. You know, because self-love is more than just how we think about ourselves. Self-love is how we treat ourselves and the actions that we do on a daily basis. So once I went to college, growing up, I would take on a lot of other people's emotions and problems, and I would tell myself that my problems and emotions weren't worthy, or they weren't as important, and that I had to take care of everyone else. And so when I left the house, I didn't have to worry about mom or dad or my sisters or whoever, my friends, whoever it was. I only had to worry about me. And so there was this overflowing of emotions and all these different things that I had suppressed for so long, and they came to the surface, and I had to learn to face them and heal them, and I'm still in the process of doing that, but it made me realize that I need to take care of myself. And so I started eating healthier and working out, and I slowly started to lose weight and just kind of feel a little more comfortable in my body. But there are definitely still days where I compared myself to people. You know, all my friends are so beautiful, and so like I go out and just I have all these beautiful friends with beautiful bodies, and you know, just going to certain parties with people and just like that all have these beautiful bodies, and I just felt like there was still this feeling of not being good enough. But I told myself that, you know, I could get there one day. Like one day I'll have that body. Just keep on eating healthy, keep on working out. And so the mentality I had wasn't necessarily I was taking care of myself. The mentality I had at the time was I'm working out so I can be skinny, so I can be sexy, so I can be worthy of love in a way, if that makes sense. And that doesn't mean you have to be overweight to feel that way. You could have, you know, the picture perfect body that the media portrays, but still not feel like your body's good enough. So we can all feel bad about our bodies no matter what they look like. And so then that second semester I became vegetarian because one of my friends said, I remember hearing that like you can lose a lot of weight by reducing your meat consumption. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go vegetarian. I'm vegetarian. And it was easy because I had a friend at the time who was vegetarian, and we were eating dorm foods. The meat wasn't that high of quality. It really wasn't that easy to get, you know, rid of it. And that summer, the beginning of that summer, I became vegan, and this is when it kind of really, that summer is when my accepting my body really took place. That's when my journey, I guess, in my eyes, my healing journey began. And I became vegan, and I started just being really aware of what I was putting into my body. And I became vegan at the beginning of the summer, and then I went to a music festival with one of my friends. And it was near the end of the festival, and we were like walking back to our campsite, and near our campsite were these people who were doing massages and sound healings and all these different forms of, I guess, holistic healing practices. And I was like, oh, I want to get a massage. And so I got a massage, and the woman was like, okay, like, you know, take off some of your clothes, because I had layers on. And she's like, take off some of your clothes and lay on the bench, pretty much, to give you the massage. And I remember just feeling so like nervous, like, oh my God, like I have to get undressed. Like this is such an uncomfortable feeling, just because I was so ashamed of my body, and I was so used to covering it up and being ashamed, and like no one wants to see that kind of thing. But I just kind of was like, okay, whatever, I'll be laying down like on the table, no one's gonna see me, be fine. And so I undressed into a bed and I lay down. And she's giving me a massage. And I think just, she was very intuitive and just, you could just tell that she was very sensitive to energy. And as she was giving a massage, you know, she's near the end of my massage and she's giving me a massage and she says, your body loves you and your body wants the best for you and your body cares for you, and just like kind of saying like how much my body loves me. And I was just laying there on the table and it kind of just hit me like, wow, I've been spending so much of my life hating something that loves me more than anything in the entire world. You know, our bodies are incredible and they only want the best for us. And here I've been spending my whole life treating it badly, speaking of it badly, just putting so much negative energy into it, you know? And it just kind of dawned on me like, wow, like my body's my best friend. Like, thank you. Thank you for all that you do, because you do so much and I don't even, you know, like acknowledge that. And so I went back to school and I just really started working out more and just like really caring for my body. And I had been vegan for a couple of months then, and just my body felt so good and I had so much energy and just whatever it is. And I think any diet you have, you can have these feelings, but this was just what my body thrived on. And I just felt amazing. And I just started to just sit with my naked body. As weird as that may sound to some, but I just started to appreciate the naked body that I had. And I just kind of started to do certain daily activities naked. Like, it was that winter, so my roommates left for winter break because everyone kind of goes home during winter break, and I stayed. And so I had the apartment to myself, and I just would kind of do things naked. I would sit on the couch and watch videos naked. I would do the dishes, maybe not fully naked, but like bra and underwear, something that I wasn't comfortable doing before. Just naked, sweeping naked, cleaning my room naked, just whatever it was, little things around the house, doing it naked or just with less clothes on. And it kind of made me start appreciating my body, and like me sitting down and, you know, maybe seeing a little, with my stomach, maybe it's not perfectly flat, but it was me, okay, that's fine, like my body's fucking beautiful, like, excuse my language, but you know, like it's beautiful and it's my body and it's powerful and it's enough, right? And then by thinking of it in that way, I wanted to treat my body more kindly. And so I would be physically active and I would put whole foods, fresh foods in there, you know, and get away with the junk, because my body doesn't like that. That's not treating my body with respect by doing that, right? I'm going to be physically active, not to lose weight, because my body needs it, right? And just like getting enough sleep and not drinking as much alcohol, and just like all these little things that sometimes we just bombard our body with, all the negatives, and not only mentally but physically we can do that. So just kind of being aware of how I'm treating my body is just as important as how I think about my body. And I think they're kind of the same. And so, sorry, I'm just looking at my notes. So yeah, I just started doing things naked, and you know, flashback to when I was naked, when I was little and used to like get in the shower and never look at my body. I started to really just like undress before I go in the shower and just kind of admire the body that I had and realize how powerful and strong and beautiful it was. And maybe it didn't look like my friends or my sisters or, you know, the models in the magazines, but that didn't matter because it was my body and that was enough, right? And so I started just like dancing naked before I got in the shower, and that was really fun. And it wasn't like, you know, sometimes it was like more of a sexy dancing, but sometimes it was just like weird movements, but it was just me just getting comfortable with my body. And I encourage anyone out there, male, female, that just kind of like dancing and just getting comfortable with your body before you go in the shower, it's like a beautiful way to learn to accept your body. Because I think sometimes when we look in the mirror, we can just kind of point out, okay, I wish this was different, I wish this was different, that's not enough, that's too big, that's too small, you know, what is this kind of thing? And it's like, whoa, why are we being so hard on ourselves? And I know it's hard not to be, because I still do it to this day. I've done it multiple times this week, just kind of pick myself apart. But when we then take a step back and say, okay, why am I doing this? And be aware of the thoughts that we're having, we become stronger by changing them, right? So dancing naked is a wonderful way just to kind of, doing activities naked, dancing naked is a wonderful way to just get comfortable with our naked body. But there's also this one other thing that I started doing, which I really found very powerful, and it has to do with energy. And so everything's energy. We're made up of energy. We can feel energy, right? Like when we, walk into a room where there's like an awkward conversation happening and no one has to say anything, but we walk in and we can say, oh, this is awkward, like I'm gonna leave, kind of thing. Or like, like you can feel the energy. No one has to say anything, but you can feel it. Your body can feel it. And so when we tell ourselves negative things, when I tell my stomach, oh, you're so ugly, why aren't you perfectly flat? My body can feel that. My stomach can feel that. Whatever body part that we pick on ourselves for can feel that energy because we're putting that negative energy into it. So, just so we can kind of feel energy within our body, you've all probably done this before, but if you're watching this video, if you'd like to just do this simple activity with me, and just rub your hands together and just kind of feel the warmth. It's really cold here, and it's snowing outside, so my hands are cold, but just feel the friction and just pull them apart, and you can feel that energy, right? And then close your eyes and just imagine you infusing love in your hands, and just imagine like a ball is appearing. You can think of it as like a light, or like, just like a ball of light. And it can be colorful. It can be blue, pink, purple, magenta, rainbow, or it can be clear. It can be just white. And just imagine that in your hands. Just infuse. Imagine like love coming through your heart, down your arms, into your hands. All love throughout your body is coming into this little ball of light. And then pick a body part that you're really parting yourself for. So maybe it's your stomach, maybe it's your breasts, maybe it's your arm, maybe it's your nose, your face, your back, your butt, your hips, whatever it is. Take that love that you just created, the love that you've taken out of your body, and place it over that body part, and imagine that light of love being infused into that body part. So I'm gonna pick my stomach because I'm really hard on myself about my stomach. Just breathe and imagine that light being infused into that part of your body. And take a moment just to breathe and to see how that feels. And as I started, if you're still doing that, I'll give you another minute. And you can do this anytime, any place really. And as I started to do that and infuse love into that part of my body, first, before I go into that, just take a minute and like, how does that feel, right? How does that feel knowing that you just infuse love into a part of yourself that maybe you usually infuse hate or criticism or shame? It feels so much nicer, right? You kind of learn to become that body part's best friend instead of enemy, I guess. It feels so much better because our bodies loved us, and my stomach loves me. Thank you, stomach. Thank you, stomach. My sister is calling me right now, but I'm going to decline because my notes are here. It feels so much nicer, right? And so much more calming, and it makes us feel better. So as I started to do that more and more, I started to just started to accept those parts of my body a little more, and it felt so much nicer knowing that I was infusing love into those parts of my body and not just hate, shame, and guilt, as I said before. So I highly recommend you guys try these out. I'm not a self-love expert. I think everyone has different methods and tools that they use in order to learn to love themselves, but I know these have worked for me, and so I truly hope they work for you guys, and just give them a chance. And it may seem a little silly at first and a little weird, and you may be critical of yourself in the beginning, but that's okay. And we're human and we've spent our whole lives thinking this way, so in order to change these thoughts and think a different way, it's going to take time. And okay, sorry, my phone, my camera, sorry guess, overheated, and then it turned off, and then I spilled my tea, and then it's just a moment. But where I was that that we just have to be patient with ourselves throughout our self-love journey, and that, you know, completely changing our mindset on ourselves isn't going to happen overnight. So just to be gentle with ourselves throughout the process and not beat ourselves up if we think about ourselves negatively, because there are some days where I think about myself negatively on a daily basis, and I just have to remind myself, you know what, you got this, you're good enough, come on sister, you know. So we all have negative thoughts about ourselves. So yeah, I just want to for us to take a moment just to remember how amazing our bodies are. You know, our bodies do so much for us. They tell us when to go to sleep and when to wake up. They let us know when to eat, and then they turn the food that we eat into energy. They keep our body at a constant temperature of 98.6, I believe it was. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes. I wrote this little paragraph out. And they make sure our heart never skips a beat. And they also, it's also allowing me to take this video and see and speak and dance and leap and jump and hike and travel. And maybe your body can't do all of that because all of our bodies are different. But if you are on this planet living right now, your body's doing something. And whatever it's doing it in an amazing way. So our bodies are incredible, and I think we kind of can forget that sometimes. So if you're watching this video, give yourself a big hug. This is something else I did. Just a big hug, and tell yourself how much you love yourself, and just how much you love your body, how much you appreciate it, and how you are going to take the best care of it, and how just you're going to be nice to it, because our body is our best friend and our body loves us. So thank you all so much for watching. I love you so much. I totally did not drink my tea throughout this conversation, but now it's cold. But that's okay. So I love you all so much, and I hope you're having a beautiful day, and I will see you guys next time. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this before, but videos come out every Monday and Friday. So Monday is going to be a grocery haul, vegan and zero waste edition. So check that out if you want to know how to save money, buy yummy vegan food, and do it without creating any waste. I love you guys all so much, and I hope you're having a beautiful day. Let's make this a better world together. Bye.